Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Arab TV. I'm Zainab Bayati. Today, we're talking about how cultural diversity can enrich a society and brings broad horizons and interest. It can open doors to new ideas and allows new developments to occur. In the Bay Area, we are so blessed with many communities with different cultures and origins, where more than in California do we see such diversity. Many people from different origins and cultures under one flag. In many cases, it is difficult to maintain the same language and culture that we brought up with. What's the solution? It's sharing the culture, maintain identity, and continuing to be productive in the society. There are 3.5 million Arab Americans in the United States. 281,000 reside here in California, of which 2% here in Santa Clara County. Most Arab Americans have achievements in different fields. Today, our guest chose to be in business. She has master's degree in molecular biology, but she owns her own business, and she is from Egyptian descent. Mrs. Afaf Steinert, did I say it right? Welcome to our program.
Thank you, Zainab, so much.
Afaf, tell me, how did you end up here in California from Egypt?
I was raised up in Egypt, and I went to college there to get my bachelor's of science in microbiology. Then I went to Switzerland, Basel, where I did my master, plant molecular biology, and there
molecular biology?
Yeah.
Wow.
And there where I met my husband. He was also studying making his PhD thesis.
An Egyptian?
He's coming from Germany.
Oh, he's German?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he was studying in Switzerland too. So.
There you go. That's cultural diversity over there already.
And then we came up here for working in science.
Why did you choose the States?
The States is a really good place for like new scientists. As a postdoc, it was really a good chance for my husband. He was working with a very famous doctor in his field, and for me it was just a real good opportunity to work in good labs. You know, I worked in a national lab at that time, Lawrence Berkeley National Laboratory. So it was really a good place for new couples to start up a fresh start.
And now you are in translation business. Tell us more about it and why the change career from molecular biology to translation.
Yeah, it's a real, like a good business, I have to say. It's a real place where nice landed for me because I kept having the passion for science, and I kept working in the labs, but in a certain point moving between labs and making the same projects, it wasn't really fulfilling me on a daily basis. There was not really a lot of new coming in after the first 6 months when you are just newly trained. So you have to keep changing positions and changing jobs so you can change your projects, and you know, you keep moving. So at a certain point I felt like, okay, you know, it would be nice to use my science and to use my language as well. And
so you married both, and translation business occurred.
And it came for me, you know, like in the beginning, interpretation, medical interpretation. It started with that. Then we went into scientific and medical translation, and then we are also having like some conference interpretation, which I do very rarely, sometimes once a year nearly, but I do enjoy it fully, you know, because it's a lot of delegations. It's like a gift coming from my country. So I definitely enjoy the business, and my husband is managing the German department, even though he's having his own job, but you know, he's the head of the German department and I'm the head of the Arabic department.
In your work, do you deal more with Arab speaking people, or do you deal also with non-Arabs?
Actually, majority, it's like when I used to interpret, it was a very small community of Arabs. I used to help them in the interpretation. Once we enlarge our business, where we are having German patents we are translating, we are having Spanish certificates, so we are having Arabic translation. So majority of work now is actually dealing with USA, American people, majority of people, and lots of other languages and people we get to meet. We just meet Tibetan people, which is really nice, and Farsi. I get a lot of projects in Farsi as well. So we are actually enlarging in our Middle East languages, which is really nice. You know, we started with Arabic, we end up with Farsi. We are going Urdu, Pashto, and German, and Spanish is a very strong language in California, so we can never ignore it. So
Do you do that yourself, or do you hire interpreters?
Definitely.
With you?
I do hire translators and interpreters in their native languages, and I just keep me up with the Arabic because I do like to proofread everything. It's more my quality assurance if I don't have, you know, another editor, another proofreader. But I love to keep it still in my hands still now, as it's still a small business. But we always work with the natives. You know, I don't come through the language just by knowing it, because I do know about 5 languages, but
which are?
Like Italian, a bit of Dutch, and French.
You must have learned German as well.
German, definitely.
Since you studied in Switzerland?
That's sure,
okay.
yeah. And I
the German part? The German part?
Yeah, it was Basel, where it's like on the border with the south of Germany.
I see.
So I even have the Swiss accent sometimes. They often tell me that. But I couldn't dare just to say, okay, I'm going for a patent. You know, I have to give it to my husband, and he's the one who proofreads it. And he has also a team of translators. So yeah, we are having about 500 translators in different languages: Spanish and German, Arabic and Urdu, Pashto, and Farsi.
Yes, you mentioned that. You also have a publication in the multilingual magazine.
We just
here,
had it
which
recently, September 2010 edition. We are so proud of it.
Yes, tell me more about it.
It was, the idea was there like 6 months, and it was a newly graduate which is hired in our company. Her name is Elana Marinello, and we used her new blood coming in, which is really nice. You
Always
know.
good.
Yeah, we had the idea, we collected the material, but we weren't knowing exactly where we will head for the article. So she came up with the title of No Recession for Translation, which was really great. You know, I enjoyed the title, and she actually continued on the research, and we made a real good article together, the 3 of us, my husband, me, and Elena, and it was really a good start for us all, you know. So it's a fresh edition for the coming, you know, year, and we are so proud of it. And maybe more articles will be coming soon out, because they really enjoyed it. It's giving hope and lots of optimism, where lots of translators, they just directly, as soon as it came out on the internet, they came and said, oh, this is too optimistic. I'm like, yeah, we need it.
True.
Yeah, we definitely need it.
With the globalization and many.
Yeah,
and we're in the Bay Area. There's lots of research that it would be interesting actually to interpret and, you know, to be read in different languages.
Yeah, it's a real, it's a very good spot we are in. It's a real global center, I call it, because San Francisco, it's just the place where we always get, you know, the flow from it. It's the stream, you know, where everybody and every job and everyone, and you don't believe it, how much.
It's the head of the world.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's a very metropolitan.
Give me an example of daily work, and what's your thoughts about translation and interpreting industry? You said earlier that it is needed, and you're busy, and do you have something else to add to that? We
definitely love to grow. You know, I love the idea of it. I'm pretty ambitious, you know, about business, because it's very rewarding. You know, when it's your own, like, business is like your own baby. So once you find it growing, you're really happy with what you're doing. So on daily basis, we keep trying always to say we want direct clients, we want more clients, so more contracts. So we always keep saying to each other that even though we get tackled still with our own clients, how to follow up with everything, and editing and proofreading and translating, and we are having a cycle of you know, translating, proofreading, editing, and then we are final reviewers, and then we give it to the client. So we need to give it really crisp look of translation. We don't just translate, you know, quick translation. We care for the client's name, you know, that he's putting it in our hands. So we do like to move it, you know, to grow the client's business, and we also grow afterwards.
And how long, roughly, do you have the project ready? Of course, it depends on the project. But for example, a paper, how long? Are we looking at a few days, 2 weeks, a month, maybe?
We are ranging about, you know, it's usually 2,000 words per day, but sometimes we can finish up to 6,000 because we have a big team. So it's often the projects which comes to us, it's very rushy. nobody has time,
Yes.
you know. So it's often like in the beginning of the business, I was like, oh my goodness, how this could be done. But now it's a speedy world, which is actually nice in a way, because once you are done and you have a good result, you're really proud and you move ahead. So you don't keep tumbling on the same project forever.
Mm-hmm.
We don't do this because it's more consuming time for the client and for us as well. So we try to move ahead on the speed of the market. And the market is pretty speedy at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
do you use any softwares that help you
definitely.
in your
We
business?
do it Trados, and there is WordFast, and it depends on the client. So
Mm-hmm.
some clients, they prefer Trados, some clients WordFast, and translation memory helps a lot because
Mm-hmm.
our field is more patents, medical, scientific. So once you have the translation memory, it really helps you to go through this a lot, you know, because it's mainly the same stream.
Mm-hmm. As a businesswoman, what's your thought about the Arab communities in the U.S. and how do they, how can they be better in this difficult times in different businesses? And
I personally, when I visited Egypt, this summer, and in general, Arabs have the good attitude of being like, it will be all right. So it's
optimistic.
It's a good, yeah, they are not that optimistic in the beginning. Often you find complaints in the very beginning, but always like, it will be all right. So this is a good attitude. And I see the people who arrive till USA, once you just put your feet in USA, you are there, you are going to go through it. So it's just hard to, feel down, or just, you don't have time to tumble around a lot, because, you definitely have to put yourself together and keep going. So from what I am meeting, like Arab community, I see we are actually standing on our legs. It's just, it's funner if we can really like get together always more. We always say that because we are a big community. So once you are more together, like I'm not a good person of being so close friend with every Arab person in the community, but I love to know every name. I love to know every face, because you never know when you will see this person again. And it's always, a pool of people where it's beautiful to know. So why not? We grab the chance. We are here. So
to know each other more, to support each other.
Yeah, and it's so close. Like, how would I meet you? You're coming from a different country. I wouldn't be traveling all the Arab countries, which is my dream.
True,
but
that's what we're talking about.
I have all the Arab countries here.
Exactly, that's
so
the diversity.
I just go ahead and don't be afraid, and I don't have only to be in my Arab, Egyptian friends, which are so close. If I'm doing business, I need to do business with everybody. So we need to open up.
Exactly.
I love just to go and see other people and just go, and you don't have to just touch base. You don't need to be the closest friends and the closest brother and sister.
Yeah, this is the good vibe that you can get from a diverse community, and not only meeting Arabs. I mean, even people from other communities. Right. You will have different ideas and thoughts that you've never even thought about. And that's the positive thing of living here in California, specifically.